You think you know what's real. You think ghost stories are just that. Stories. Wait until you hear about the idol that never sleeps. Deep in the Cambodian jungle lies Prohm, a temple swallowed by time. It's a place where massive strangler trees tear through ancient walls like giant claws, and stone dancers seem to whisper secrets to the wind. But hidden in its deepest, darkest chamber is something much older, something not meant for human eyes. It's the Angkorian guardian statue, half buried, its face is worn away by centuries of rain and silence, except for its eyes. They are perfectly preserved, disturbingly human. The local elders don't believe the statue was carved, they say it was transformed. A royal guardian, centuries ago, betrayed his king. As punishment, the temple priestesses cursed him, petrifying his body into stone, forcing him into an eternal sleepless watch. His eyes, they whisper, they remain human. He still sees. In 2024, an archaeology student named Lena joined a research team at Prohm. She'd heard the warnings, of course, but she was a woman of science. Ghost stories. Every ruin has one. That night, exploring the temple, her flashlight beam cut through the oppressive darkness and landed on the statue. Its eyes seemed to catch the light, reflecting it back like a jungle cat's. She felt a chill but pushed it aside. She stepped closer, where the idol's stone lips parted, as if it had just exhaled a warm breath. It's just a statue, she told herself, her voice a small sound in the vast silence. Reaching out, she brushed a thick vine from its shoulder, and the vine, it recoiled that it pulled back from her touch as if it were alive. That night, Lena's dreams were filled with the temple. She walked the stone corridors, but she wasn't alone. A heavy, formless shadow followed her, its footsteps echoing her own. She felt warm, stale air on the back of her neck, like someone breathing on her. She spun around, and there, in the suffocating darkness, two stone eyes stared back at her. She woke up screaming. Her roommates rushed to her side, finding her trembling. But that wasn't the strangest part. Her feet were covered in fresh, damp dirt, and nestled on her pillow were leaves from the temple grounds. The curse had found its new host. Over the next few days, her life became a waking nightmare. She'd catch a fleeting glimpse of a tall, dark silhouette standing in doorways, only for it to vanish when she looked directly. Her camera roll, once filled with research photos, was now corrupted. Dozens of new images appeared, photos she never took, all of them extreme close-ups of the statue's eyes. At night, she'd wake up to find vines had somehow crept into her tent, wrapping themselves around her ankles like cold, living snakes. And then came the whispers, a low, gravelly voice speaking in ancient Khmer, a language she barely understood. The words were a constant, maddening hum just at the edge of her hearing. On the fourth night, exhausted and terrified, she finally managed to translate one recurring phrase: "Return what you stole." But she was an archaeologist, not a thief. She hadn't taken anything, or so she believed. On the team's final day, the real horror was revealed. One of the researchers, checking the chambers for the last time, came running back, his face pale with terror. The idol was gone. Not stolen. Moved. The entire team rushed to the temple's main entrance, and there it was. The guardian statue now stood at the temple's main gate, facing outward, as if watching them pack their equipment. One archaeologist fainted on the spot. Another turned and fled into the jungle, babbling incoherently. It was then that Lena understood the terrible truth. The moment she touched it, she hadn't just disturbed the statue. The guardian had chosen her. That night, just before her flight home, Lena felt an irresistible pull. She returned to Prohm alone. Moonlight filtered through the canopy, painting the ruins in an eerie skeletal light. The statue was no longer at the gate. It stood in the center of the main courtyard waiting for her, exactly where she knew it would be. Its stone mouth seemed wider now, open in a silent scream, and deep inside its throat something glistened wetly. She could almost feel a slow, rhythmic pulse emanating from the stone, like a trapped heart. "What do you want from me?" she whispered, her voice trembling. The idol's stone arm impossibly began to lift. It rose slowly, deliberately, until its finger pointed directly at her chest. A sudden violent wind roared through the courtyard. Every vine, every root in Prohm snapped upright, standing at attention, as if saluting their eternal king. Lena opened her mouth to scream and the entire temple fell silent. Today, if you visit Prohm, you might notice something new among the ancient carvings. Look closely at the wall right beside the guardian idol. There you'll see the face of a young woman, her eyes wide with terror, her features etched perfectly into the stone. Some tourists swear that at night, her lips seem to move. Others claim they've seen stone tears tracing paths down her cheeks, and a very few, say they've heard a faint, desperate whisper on the wind, "Don't touch the statue." And deep within the jungle temple, the idol watches, its eyes, still human, still gleam in the dark, still watching, still waiting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the shadows.